Supporters say this will make North Carolina communities safer, keeping dangerous criminals off the street. But opponents say it will do just the opposite, eroding trust between law enforcement and immigrant communities who will no longer report crime, fearing deportation. Advocates for North Carolina's immigrant community call the legislation fear-mongering, with no evidence to support claims of increased crime.
This is a narrative that we know is not true, and the data and the research backs it up.
The head of the Carolina Migrant Network says the crackdown harms not only North Carolina's immigrant community, but the state's economy as well.
North Carolina heavily relies on immigrant labor. And if we pass anti-immigrant legislation that forces our labor force to leave the state, we're going to have significant negative economic impacts.
We think this is about trying to bring the border to North Carolina because that's a big national topic right now.
The co-director of Siembra NC calls the crackdown political, says that her organization is working to register voters and elect new lawmakers.
50,000 young Latinos turn 18 in North Carolina every year and become part of the electorate. And so we are just interested in getting those people registered and getting those people educated about voting.
Despite making up 11% of the state's population, more than 1 million people, North Carolina's legislature doesn't have a single Hispanic member. Alamance County's Ricky Hurtado was the state's first Hispanic lawmaker, but lost his seat in the 2022 election after a single term. This is the third time North Carolina Republicans have tried to pass House Bill 10. Governor Cooper vetoed the first two attempts. Two Democrats voted with Republicans last year, including Guilford County's Cecil Brockman.
But at the end of the day, if it's the law, it's the law. We enforce the law. I don't write the law.
Several sheriffs representing North Carolina's largest urban communities have opposed House Bill 10 in the past. The law would require them to keep someone in custody beyond their scheduled release date without a warrant. It's a practice known as an ICE detainer.
I thought that people were innocent until proven guilty. But if you want me to lock them up and hold them till I figure out whether or not they are legal without the proper paperwork, if that's what the law says do, then that's what we'll do.
Opponents say besides eroding trust with law enforcement, the crackdown would end up costing taxpayers more money.
If we look at the math and what that can look like, it could be significantly devastating for counties that are already struggling with staffing shortages within county jails.
Republicans have a supermajority in both the House and Senate, which means they can override a veto from the governor. By the way, the Democrats who voted with Republicans on this bill, Michael Ray down in Halifax County, he lost his election last month in the primary. And as for Cecil Brockman here in Guilford County, he survived a primary challenge by less than 100 votes. In Guilford County, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.